There are many snares of the devil that lie in the path of a Christian. Some of those traps have to do with work ethic. There is a biblical way to work, and there is an unbiblical way to work. There are two main categories in which the devil's traps in this area can be placed. One is that we work really hard at things that are either wicked or prevent us from doing what we should be doing. Or we don't work at all. In this message, I want to speak on the several proverbs that deal with the latter, the idea of diligence versus laziness. Now, the sin of laziness has been a constant plague upon humanity. Thomas Brooks wrote in 1665 in the Privy Key of Heaven, in which he explains the sin and its problems very pointedly. He said, "Idleness is a mother sin, a breeding sin. Idleness, it is the devil's cushion on which he sits, and the devil's anvil on which he frames very great and very many sins. An idle person is the devil's tennis ball, tossed around by him at his pleasure." And finally he said, "Slothful and idle people commonly lie so long abed and spend so much precious time between the comb and the mirror and in eating, drinking, sporting, and trifling, that they can find no time for private prayer. Certainly such as had rather go sleeping to hell than sweating to heaven will never care much for prayer." Like that one. People rather go sleeping to hell than sweating to heaven. That's pretty funny. But there you go. So the devil's tennis ball is your idol. Idleness is a mother sin. We're going to look at some of that going on here. The devil's cushion on which he sits, that's his throne. And it's the anvil on which the devil can frame many very great and many sins, it says. And so all those are true. And we're going to see that in the Proverbs as we go through them this week. So that's our plan for the study that we have before us. There's several of Proverbs we'll be going through, so I'll read those to you, and then we'll look through them. So the next time, we'll look at the lazy, and then the following time we'll look at the diligent, and then we'll look at the conclusion. So that's the plan for this week. So come back tomorrow, and we'll look at the lazy ones first.